Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk some baseball. Nanticoke Post 350 Legion, what a run for them. Man, did they represent northeastern Pennsylvania pretty darn well. Coach Joe Yudichak joining us right now. Joe, I know you're as proud as anybody as far as these kids and these young men that did a job for the Nanticoke Post 350 Legion. Tell us about your ride.
Well, I'll tell you what, these kids, they've been with me since they were 13 years old. And I had a funny feeling this year when we started out with these guys being in, a lot of their guys being in last year, we were going to make a run. And boys, they didn't let me down. They really played well all year, consistent baseball, and I couldn't be more proud than for the kids.
Joe, let's first talk about the league because the competition in the league was pretty stiff, and then we'll move on to the next level. But let's first talk about the league and going back and forth. You guys really had a great season there and showed everybody what you're about.
Yes, the Wyoming Valley American Legion League, the competition is the best. I mean, we've won regionals, like one of our teams won regional last 3-4 years. Swarsville, the Greater Pittston. When you go through our league, you're ready for postseason, and that's what you got to credit this to is the league and the people who run it. It is the best league in the valley and the best baseball in the valley. A lot of people don't know that, but it is.
Joe, let's start with some of the talent you have on your team. First, on the mound, you got to have pitchers.
Right. You got to start with Johnny Wickheiser out of Hanover High School, and he's pitching for Kings. He's my number one, and he's been my number one for the last 2-3 years. He's Mr. Consistent, throws strikes, keeps the balls down, and just a wonderful kid. He's a gamer, go out anytime, never has a sore arm. And the next guy I'll talk about is Mike Boganovich. He's the same way, big kid, about 6'3", 240 pounds, and he could throw it and never has a sore arm. He's a gamer, and I trust them guys with the ball all the time. I always say Johnny and Mike Boganovich, my 1 and 1A, because they're both aces. Hey, then I have Kyle Petrinchak out of Nanticoke High School on my team. Young kid, junior, he nothing but consistent baseball. Throws strikes and throws outs, and I trust him at any game. And then I go to Mike Blazaski. He's Misericordia. He's an outfielder. He used to be a full-time pitcher, but he just plays the outfield out there. But I need him for pitching this year, and he really stepped up big time this year when I need him, especially in the postseason. And he could throw it, too. So, all four of those guys, I had full trust in them.
Talking Nanticoke Post 350 Legion, a great run for them in the state tournament, of course. And, Joe, you head around the infield. Let's start there. Tell us about some of the guys that played well for you throughout your infield.
Well, every baseball guy will tell you, you have to be strong up the middle. And starting out, catching, Mike Solkuski, one of the finest catchers in the state of PA, buddy. I'll tell you, this kid hits defensively. He calls all my pitches, and I love the kid. Started there, and then second base, I get Tyler Myers. He's at Penn State Hazleton, and there's a kid that's really worked hard to really improve and really a great ball player. That shortstop, I got Christian Pack out of Hanover. He's going to Chestnut Hill in the fall. And up the middle, them guys, I have full trust in them. We've played great defense, and that's why you win. And these kids got sets of hands on them, quickest hands I've ever seen. I may never see a middle infield like I had this year. And then first base, Mike Boganovich and Kyle Petrinchak split up, and solid D there. And third base, I have a kid from Northwest, Brandon Reno, who really stepped up big time for me this year. He's normally a second baseman, but we moved him to third just to get him in there. And he's outstanding third baseman. The one game down in States, he must have had 9 or 10 chances and made them all. But that's why you win.
And then, Joe, let's head out to the outfield with some of the range you have from some of those guys out there and what they could do at the plate.
All right, Johnny Wickheiser and Johnny Morgan in center field, both those kids cover a lot of ground. Balls up in the air, they're going to catch it. Very few times something gets over their head, and they're two great ball players there. Left field was Mike Blazaski when he wasn't pitching, and he covered a lot of ground. And right field, Steve Kreitzer out of Nanticoke. Fantastic. Best right fielder I have seen. I coach him in high school along with Legion, and it's tough to take that kid out of right field. He makes all the plays.
Joe, the support you got from your fans, from your parents, the community, tell us about what that was like through this run for Nanticoke Post 350.
Oh, hey, down in States, it was amazing seeing all the parents and, like, just baseball fans coming down from the valley. It was really, I really appreciate all the people coming out and see us. The text messages I got from coaches from the valley, the support we had, you just can't believe. I'm really proud of the valley after this. I'm sure they're proud of our team, but I'm so happy that the valley really come together for this. And guys, I don't even know coming up to me from just coming to watch the kids. It was really amazing.
Well, Joe, sounds like you're still on a high, which is great because you deserve it. So do the young men there that played for Nanticoke Post 350 Legion, representing northeastern Pennsylvania, playing at the state level and being one of the top teams. Want to thank you for your time and congratulations on a great season.
Thank you, John, and we appreciate you guys giving us some publicity there. And that's a lot of people got to believe in Legion ball, and a lot of people go spend a lot of money to play baseball, but you got great baseball in our backyard here, and I hope people start realizing that.
Absolutely. Joe Yudichak, the coach for Nanticoke Post 350 Legion, here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.